did get so cold. I had the heater blasting when I had my shower, and it was so hot in here. Hence why I was half naked. And then now it's cooled off. And when I went to get coffee, I was like, fuck, it's cold outside. So she's chilled. These
Just
nipples are not
chilling.
allowed on. It'd be too
Hide those
perverse. I'd
babies.
have to get
Yes.
cancelled.
Yes, hide those
Nipples still
puppies.
cancelled?
They shouldn't be. I feel like that's part of the movement, right? It's
Right,
we
free
should
the nipple.
free. I believe they should be free. Nipples aside, welcome everybody to Of the Publishing Persuasion. I am Angela Montoya, and I am here with the. I was gonna say nipple queen, but I
I'll
don't
take it.
think.
Well,
Okay.
I am the nipple queen. I've been going braless for ages, so I'm gonna claim that title. Like honestly, I only wear a bra in very specific tops these days because sometimes you want that shape, or if it's like very nipply, or if I'm gonna be around around certain people. Ironically, if I'm just in the city, I don't give a fuck who sees a bit of nipplage. But like if I was going to like attempt to see like a family gathering or something. No way. Like there'd be like a very, very like I just wouldn't want people assessing my body, I think, that I kind of
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But
That's
then
fair.
again,
That's fair.
sometimes I'm also like, fuck them, you know?
Wow, I love this about you. I love this. Yeah, I feel like city nipples are natural
That
things.
probably because I live in the city, like, not gonna lie, it would be harder. Like, I recognize that it would be really hard in the country, and if I had like huge boobs, which I don't. So I think probably because I'm small boobied and I live in the city, there's nipples everywhere, you know?
Yeah,
Nipples,
yeah.
nipples.
Let them be free. Yeah, I couldn't. I would probably knock myself out or somebody. So
Yeah,
I put them
that's
away
fair.
for
That's fair.
everybody, to keep everybody safe. Mine stay in.
So fair.
Thank you.
So
Well, how
fair.
are you? We won't do a long intro. We had an amazing guest on, so we're not going to do a super long intro today because we yapped
I don't
about
mind,
all
honestly.
things.
Like, it's not going to be hard to edit that, but I'm going to ask you to move forward because your mic is shit today.
Oh, maybe I didn't.
I've realized you
No,
have to
it,
be close to it, or I might have to turn mine down, but I think it's still you.
It's me. Oh,
Oh
how's
my
that?
God, can we keep it
Okay.
close?
Yeah, I apologize. I should just keep it close.
I would like a full apology. If you saw what I had to do to the last few episodes.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah, I should just like bring some, I could just leave it somewhere.
What
I should
about
bring a
just
book
there?
and
Is
put
it
it.
bad there?
No, I'm just holding it, but I don't mind holding it.
No, I don't want you
Yeah.
to have to hold it
No,
the
I
whole
don't.
time. You'll feel cramps after.
No, no, I'll survive. I'll survive because I want everybody to hear my sexy voice. Okay. Sorry, everybody.
No,
I
I'll cut some of that
apologize.
out.
Okay. Well,
Don't apologize. I
nipples
want.
aside, Melanie, and microphones aside, what have you been up to? How's life?
Okay, can I have just a like small moment to complain about something traumatic that happened to me?
Oh my gosh, yes. I love hearing about your.
Okay.
Wait, that sounded terrible. Yes, please. Tell me your
Okay.
trauma.
So we were out and about, and I could like feel, when you feel something like in your nose and you want to pick it, right? And I was
Yeah,
like,
I
there's
love that.
something there. I was like, I'll just leave it. But it kept like tickling me. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get it because I'm gonna sneeze, Like it's just so annoying. And so I just tried to like discreetly move it away. And I was like, that didn't work. And so then I was like a little less discreet and it like made it worse. And so I just was like, okay. I just turned to Phil when there was no one around. I was like, is there something like in my nose that I need to get? And he was like, oh, he's like, yeah, a hair's popped out.
Oh no.
I was like, hey, when did we get to the stage where hairs are gonna pop out of my nose? And so I was like, is it bad? He's like, no, you can hardly see it. So I waited to go home. And I went into the bathroom and there was a hair like hanging down.
Oh
I had to pluck
no.
it and I was just like, why? Why are we
Oh,
at that stage? Does this happen to
it's
you?
happened.
Do you get it?
Well, let me just tell you, I'm a naturally hairy girl,
Mm,
so I've always dealt with all sorts of hair coming from all sorts of places. So that's nothing new to me. I use
okay.
those little like nose
The
like
nose one. Yeah, okay.
those things. I love it. I always use them.
I might have to invest in one,
So
but I have
yeah.
them and I have plucked a few before, but I've never had one just unfold.
Yeah. Yeah, the unfolding, that's a whole new level. Like
It
when
just
it
opened up.
unfurls. What color was it?
It was just black. But
Okay, okay.
Phil had a white one the other day, and his literally just like popped out.
Oh, Santa Claus is coming to
I
town.
know. He's like,
It's
I almost
happening.
brought it home for you. And I was like, honestly, I kind of wanted to see it the way he described it. He was just like, it just because for him it was literally like must have been folded up there, and it was like long when it came out, and
It
he was
just
like,
popped
what
out.
the
It said
fuck?
enough. Oh
Yeah.
man. I actually really love those kind of things. You know, like when you randomly find like a long hair on your cheek and you're just
Oh
like, what the
yeah, I
fuck?
do. I've
I
got one
love
spot
those.
here. I don't know if you can see. I've got like a little light mole there.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
grows a little forest all on her own, but they're longer than everything else. I just have to like, and I forget
Yeah.
about it. And then I'm like, wait, hold on. What's happening there? And there'll be like 20 little hairs that just sprouted.
Yeah. And they just come so fast too. My favorite is
So
like the little
fast.
chin. The
I
chin,
like
like
it.
you feel it and you're just like, oh no. And then you feel like everybody can see it. And
I
maybe they
know.
can, but you know,
I
what are you gonna do?
That's it. It's just our bodies, right? But the chin is the worst, I find, because I'm like, I feel like I do a good job keeping on top of them. And then
Yeah,
every now
yeah.
and then I'll be like, oh my God, I have a beard. I'm like, okay,
A
it's not
full
that bad,
beard.
but like, you're right, it comes out of nowhere. You're like, oh, pristine, she's all done. And then out of nowhere, you're just like, hold on, there's more
Oh
than a
yeah.
few men in the field right now.
The soldiers are standing erect. They are erect.
Yeah. But I'm used to the
Yeah,
chin.
I
Just
know.
the nose
Yeah,
having a long one was new. So I had a little
that's a
traumatic moment and then
new.
I cackled at it. Honestly, it wasn't traumatic. It was just hilarious. But I was
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh.
the fuck?
Get used to it. They're coming.
Are they going
The
to come in my
nose
ears? Are they
babes.
going to come in my ears
Oh
or is that a guy
God.
thing? Or I'm sure, I shouldn't
Oh
say is it a
no.
guy thing. I'm sure it happens to lots of people.
I have never
You have
thought of
ear
that.
ones?
Now I'm gonna have to make sure to stay on top of that because who knows? Who knows? But I've thought about this because, like, as a hairy girl,
Yeah.
like, I'm like, I could never go on shows like Survivor or any of those shows because, I've had this whole thought process in my head because I'm like, there's no way because I'm sure you can't bring things. I
Can you
think
not?
I don't know, but I'm just thinking,
They
I don't.
always look wax to the gods to me because the girls
Okay,
are in
because that's what I'm
bikinis
always
and
like.
shit.
Oh, by the end of like
Can
two
you
weeks.
imagine? Because they're in bikinis all the time. Can you imagine by
Oh,
the end of
okay.
the 2 weeks, they'd be like sporting full vaginal
Oh,
beards.
full beards. The full beard would come out. Okay, good. Well, not that I would ever go on Survivor, but I have
I
these
kind of
thoughts
want
because
to
I'm
see
like,
it now.
yeah, yeah, because like by week two, the mustache would be out, and I'm like, there's no way I'm
Mm.
going to be on TV with the mustache out.
It
But
could become iconic.
it
I
could
see
be.
a
That's
whole
true.
movement of on Instagram of girls just letting their hair grow out all over their body.
Yeah, I
Honestly, if
mean,
you want to get
yeah.
views on your book, create content where your pit hairs are long because that shit brings the trolls out to boost the post. Like, because I don't know, every now and then I follow Megan Crab, I think, and she lets her pits grow and she dyes them pink and stuff. And like, I think
Oh
her
yeah.
pink pits single-handedly skyrocketed her to success because people have so many thoughts about women's underarm hair. Sometimes I just let mine go just to piss off the wrong, like, just because to show I can. I'm a fucking mammal. I'm hairy. Like, I have hair. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
sometimes you
Show
just
it,
want to piss
baby.
off the patriarchy, you know?
Yeah, let those nose hairs go.
Yeah.
Let the pits be free. I tried to let my leg hair grow out
Yeah.
like a long, 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 long time ago. My friend Ginger and I, this is like back when like on mission trips days. We were in the Philippines and she was like, I'm gonna just like not shave. And I was like, okay, I'll not shave too. And she had like cute leg, like little furry leg hair, and I looked like my brother. Like I was like, I can't. I looked Like I had his feet, I had the like toe hairs, I had the leg hairs. I was like, I cannot look like my brother.
But it'd be like iconic under different circumstances, you know? It's just
Yeah,
society's made us to think that there's something wrong with that.
that's true.
But
That's true.
in another environment, I would pick you as my warrior queen, you know?
Yes, that's true. I would be your hobbit princess, is what I would be.
Yes, I get the toe
Yeah.
ones. I
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. If I let the toes go, Phil will always tick. Well, he doesn't care. He's not like threatened by my body hair. I think that's part of why I was able to like break the stigma. But he'll just like tickle, he'll just play with my
Oh, I get that
And
too, and I hate
I
it.
used to be really like, oh my God. Like I think the first time I probably burst into tears, you know, when I was
Oh.
younger and I was so brainwashed that to think that I shouldn't have any body hair showing, but he doesn't think like that. Like he just doesn't see it that way. He's just it's part of my body. Like yeah, having people like accept those things about you makes you realize how stupid it is that like
Yeah,
other people try tear you down for it.
it's so
I'm not
true.
even that hairy. Like I can't even imagine like how hard it is when like people like actively like comment on it or whatever. But yeah, I'm really inspired. Like, it's not for everyone, but I am really inspired by these badass girls who are just like letting their mows grow and they're just like, fuck you, Instagram. Here's my armpits. Here's this. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's cool. I think break the mold, do what makes you feel comfortable, you know? For some of us, you know, who I'll still always love. Like, I let my leg hairs grow all the time, but like, yeah, again, mine probably aren't super dark, so I forget about it but as I get older, they're getting darker, but like, I think because we grew up in the Gillette Venus era, you know,
Yes,
I'll
yes. Oh,
also, even though
yes.
I let myself go full hobbit, but I'll also love the glide of a freshly Venus leg. So, you
Yes.
know, I'm
Yeah,
probably not going to
it's
be
true.
a hair icon, but for those who want it, they should go for it,
Do it,
you know?
please. Yes. And go viral and
Yeah.
sell your books and
Oh
do
my
what you
God.
gotta
Maybe
do.
I'll do that. I'll let my pits grow to for your cover reveal so that I can get all the trolls coming to hate me. I'll dye my pits like orange or something.
Oh my God. No, you should have your armpits out, all hairy, and then make somehow a video of you swinging from your armpits.
So fucked up and
That
iconic.
sounds hard. That sounds like a hard video
I
to
feel like I
make,
could do
but
it
I
in
feel like you could do
Canva.
it.
Canva's been like coming through for me with all kinds of things.
I feel like you could do it. I feel like it's could happen.
So
So,
why? What happened on your mission trip when you grew it out? Did you leave it out?
oh heck no. Like I think Ginger, I feel like she left hers. Like she was
Hmm.
like, "I'm doing it," and I was like, "Yes," because it looked cute on her. Like to me, I was like, "You look, it looks good on you. Like keep your
I
hairy
think it
legs,
does look
girl."
cute.
It does. Like I like hers like felt so soft. It was like that nice soft fluffy hair. Mine was like coarse and just like
But why is that
I
bad?
just
I
don't
feel
know.
like it's cute as well.
No,
It's
it
just our
wasn't.
brainwashing.
It probably was that. It was
Yeah.
probably me being, and I didn't care what anybody else thought. I was just like, oh,
At that age, it's
ugh.
hard. It's hard,
Yeah,
especially if you're the only one, like with darker hair or
yeah,
whatever. Like, definitely.
definitely.
But yes,
I mean, I told, and I got made fun of a lot when I was in
really?
school. Oh, because I had really, really hairy arms, and I didn't shave them because my mom always told me, you know, if you shave your arms, they'll grow back 3 times as hairy. And so I was like,
Oh
oh
my
no,
God.
if I did that, like I would look like a monster. You know, like I would look
Oh.
like my arms are really, really hairy. Not that hairy arms look like monsters, but in my brain
Well,
as a
at that age,
child,
it's hard to not
yeah,
think that when
yeah.
that's what we're bombarded with.
Yeah.
Although
And so I
I've read,
snuck it. I snuck a razor and I did it when I was like finally in
Mm,
like high school.
yeah. How did that feel for you?
It felt great. It felt because I had really smooth, like baby arm.
You know what I read though, and I fucking believe it. I read that the like making like hairless hot and iconic is just like another fucking marketing scheme to like
Yes.
make these like to like stigmatize the stigmatization of hair was just to make these companies money. And I was just like that
Yes.
tracks.
No, it's true. It was I saw it on some I don't remember where I saw it, but it was when they first created disposable or razors.
Yeah.
And I think it was Gillette maybe, so it was it was
Yeah,
in
probably.
France, I want to say. And so before everybody was just out here living their best life, and then it became a capitalistic thing,
Motherfuckers.
right? Yeah. And now here we are still
Here
talking
we
about it to this day.
are. Anyway, sorry for taking that side quest. How have you been? Miss YouTube? Somebody made a
Oh,
YouTube channel, listeners. Go check it
yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah, I cuz where where did this stem from? Okay, my okay, hold on. My brain is trying to remember where this
You
stemmed
can
from.
do it.
Thank you. Okay, so it was after my cover reveal for Carnival Fantastico.
Mm,
I sent the team, I was like, "Hey, thank you so much for like creating that video.
mm.
It's almost to 40,000 views. Like that's so exciting. Yay." And my editor like emailed the like marketing team or reach out team. I can't remember what they're called. A
Mm.
specific team and kind of was like, "Hey, look, we did a really great job with this thing." And they were kind of like giving this like kind of telling her that now they're kind of seeing this trend where it's not so much about, oh no, okay, this is where it stemmed from.
Mm.
She had seen a video of me pretty much asking TikTok to like help me get to 10,000 followers.
Yeah.
And so then she kind of told me that she had reached out to her team and they said it's not really about the follower count. It's about the relationships that you build. It's about your audience like really finding you and really caring about you. It's not about how
Wait, they
much you
said this to
have.
you?
Well, she they sent it to her, she told me. So it's not so much that they care about the follower count.
Mm.
It's what they're seeing the trend is if people are really invested in you.
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh, okay. That's awesome to hear because I feel like I really enjoy TikTok. However, and I've met really great people on TikTok and Instagram and everything. But I do feel like with TikTok, it's harder to really like just stop and talk and find people that are really interested because it's a really fast
Hmm.
clickbait thing. And I don't know how to do the clickbaity thing where I'm like draw you in, bam, here's my marketing technique, boom, I'm out.
Mm.
So I thought, oh, you know what? Like maybe I could just try and like throw up some videos on YouTube and just
Yeah.
like show you who I really am. Let me just talk about my story and then have it somewhere to just leave it there.
Yeah.
And like have it to bounce off of being on here with you and then Instagram and then have that of just that's there that I could just
Mm.
post things when my hair is done. So yeah, so
I
that's
love
where it all
that.
stemmed from. Was it was not trying to have a million followers. It's just about finding people that really care. And so I thought that was a really, really awesome thing. And I had just talked with our friend Ines about this as well,
Mm.
because she works kind of adjacent, publishing adjacent. And so kind of just
Yeah.
talking about, again, it's not about being on social media constantly, doing all the things, like feeling this pressure to do everything. It's just about doing the quality things that really
Mm.
mean something to you. So I was like, okay, cool. This is what I'm going to try and do. But we'll see.
Dude, that felt like a soothing, like cough syrup to a dry throat, what you just said. I don't know why we need to hear it so often. I guess because we hear the other message so often. But you're so right as well. And I always need the reminder of like, yeah, like it's not how many, it's who. You know, it's
Yes. Oh,
not
I like
just
how you worded that.
yeah, it's not just production, it's connection. And I think in our industry especially, like I really think we need to like let go of this like viral overnight success image, which like it super does happen and but like I think trying to emulate that unless you do that naturally. Some people gravitate towards that naturally. I watched your first one and it's so good and like you are natural at that, and the thing about YouTube is it's so different to social media, which is like it's gonna always boost recent stuff. With YouTube, it's not like that. And I find if I go back even to our early episodes, which had like one or two views back in the day, but like it's accumulated. It accumulates like the views over time as people find you, as people search for the information and the way you're like laying it out, like just you've always been so open and authentic about your journey. And like, there's people who are so desperate for that. And yeah, I think it's perfect. I'm living for it. What's your handle
Thank
again? Do
you.
you want to shout it out on the pod? Where can we
I
find you?
I think it's just Angela Montoya.
Oh yeah.
I I think. I don't even know.
It's like Angela Montoya writes, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Okay, okay. Sticking to the classic. It's Angela Montoya writes.
Hang on, I
Find
could be
me.
wrong.
Could be. Yeah, and I made it a goal of just whenever I wash my hair, that's when I'm
So
going to do a video.
smart. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Angela Montoya at Angela Montoya underscore author. But I'm sure if you
Ah,
search Angela Montoya
yes.
author, it'll come up.
Yes.
Looks
Yeah.
good. I love it. But seriously, I'm convinced that like doing your makeup, wearing a cute outfit, the algorithm takes note. It takes
Yeah.
note.
I know you know because you Miss
I know.
Mega Superstar over here is going viral for her gluten
I
intolerance.
know. I mean, it was mostly one video where I was out in the city, but it did make me, I'm gonna experiment. I bought another sweater I've been looking at, and it's like super bright and colorful, and I'm curious if it'll have the same. I do notice anytime I wear that red sweater, that post gets a little boost.
Just
You know,
something
we
about
gotta
his
do what
eye
we can.
catching. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think so, because it's like so many different colors is my guess that that's why. But we'll see. I'm
yeah,
gonna experiment.
yeah.
It can't hurt, you know?
Hey, what we're trying things and we're seeing what we like, what we don't like, what works, what doesn't
Yeah,
work, figuring it out. What
absolutely.
have you been up to? And we have been busy with Jingle These Bells. Cover reveals coming. Well, by the time this is up, it will have already been
Oh my God.
out.
The week's going so fast. I literally got
Yes.
butterflies when I saw you email. I don't know, I saw an email this morning, something about our cover reveal. And I was like, wait, it's Tuesday already. Like, there's gonna be a
Yes. We'll
reveal in
have to
like,
figure our thing, what we're gonna post, all that
yes,
stuff. But yeah, it's coming out. The cover is to die
so
for. Robin
exciting.
Alvarez, shout out.
Robin. Robin is such a legend. Like, if you're not
Yeah,
already following Robin, like, just find her because she's such an icon and like her knowledge of this industry. Like, and her hustle, like, she's an iconic person. Like, I'm just
major.
obsessed with how she does everything. I'm like, I cannot get over that this is our actual cover, and I'm so excited to release it to the public. But yeah,
I
I've just been,
know.
yeah, editing Jingle Bells edits, the pod, setting up our business. My address is hidden, but we have our
Yes.
first Throbbing Quill publishing house letter. Okay. I wasn't expecting it, and I got mail and I was like, what's this? Some official registration. And then it was like Melanie Schubert, Throbbing Quill. And I was like,
She's a business owner,
yeah.
okay? Throbbing Quill.
So
Wow.
it's been amazing. And yeah, honestly, working with you editing stuff has been so fucking fun. Like I actually like have really enjoyed that process, which I didn't expect to enjoy
Yeah.
it to that level. So yeah, it's been cool, eh?
It's been super cool. It's been really, really fun. And everybody should pre-order the ebook
Oh
version
my
of
God.
These Bells now. You can pre-order it.
That's true. By the time I drop
Yeah.
this, listeners, go to
Pre-order it.
Amazon, go to your favorite. I don't know. The
Yeah.
links will be up. The links will be linking.
Yes. The links will
Um,
be linking. Paperbacks will be coming out, but they're not available for pre-orders yet.
yeah.
But
But get yourself a
ebooks,
fine ebook while you wait.
yes, yes. Okay, my computer is about to die. So,
Should we
speaking of
do
a
this one?
fine ebook, that is
That was a
translate.
choice.
That-
That was a choice. Speaking of fine things, fine,
Yes.
glorious things of the earth.
Oh, I love that. Yes. Yes. Glorious things of the earth. I will read Mara's
Yeah.
bio, who we had on, who you all are gonna fall in love with.
Yes.
I knew Melanie was going to vibe
No.
as soon as I met Mara. I knew Melanie was like gonna be head over heels. So I
Yeah.
was right.
You were right.
Thank you. M. Olivas is an alumni of the 2022 Clarion Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers Workshop and the 2023 Under the Volcano Writers Residency.
Mm.
Her short fiction has appeared in several publications, including Uncanny Magazine, Weird Horror Magazine, Apex, and Bourbon Pen. As a trans first generation Chicana, she explores the intersection of queer and diasporic experiences in her fiction. She currently resides in the San Francisco Bay Area, earning her MFA in creative writing at San Jose State University and collecting transforming robots. More information about Olivas and her fiction can be found at olivasthewriter.wtf.
Slay. You're so right.
Slay
I
the
could
house
have just
down.
like, honestly, that episode just, there's every now and then we have a guest on. And like, I often, when we're doing our intro, I often just like forget we're recording and you feel like you've been transported to that person's house. And like, I could have just looked at all, I wanted to see all the different Transformers. Like, they're so cool. Like, I feel like
Yes, yes. Well,
it's
and
still an iconic toy.
you're such a nosy biatch. So I could see your eyes going back
I
behind the
know
camera
during
the
the
whole
chat, I was
time.
like, what's that one? I'm so glad she bought out the. Well, you'll have to watch, listeners. You'll have to watch the episode so you can
True.
see all of Mara's cool collectibles. But the thing after the Transformer, I had been eyeing that one off on the shelf and I was like, what's that? I need to see.
Yeah,
It's
so
so
many cool things. Yeah, so
yes.
fun. I love that people collect things that bring them joy. Like as
Yeah,
she
me
was
too.
like showing her stuff, I was like, I need to collect more things. I besides
Yeah.
like kangaroo scrotums, you know?
Yeah, what do you think you would lean to?
I feel like I would lean towards Monster High dolls.
Oh, yay. I love that for you.
Yeah, thank you. Or Polly Pockets. I feel like
Fucking
I
Polly
love Polly
Pockets are a
Pockets.
slay. Like,
Yeah.
okay, it was such an iconic toy and they're worth so much now. See, that's another, all these collectibles, they never lose value. But like, man, when I was a kid, you give me a Polly Pocket and you're happy for hours. Like which
Oh,
is
yeah.
weird because it's like one little doll in a little plastic shell and whatever.
Oh, the best though. Yeah, it was literally the tiniest thing, just one thing
Just
in
one.
that thing,
Yeah.
and just happy. Yeah, Polly Pocket for the win.
Oh, I see that. Like maybe a Halloween themed Polly Pocket.
Yes.
I feel like you need to go on Etsy right now. You've been working so hard. You need to just buy yourself something that delights your heart because you've fucking earned some spoiling yourself. You're always grinding, and I'm never hearing you spoil yourself.
Thank you. You're
You know what
right.
I mean? I
I
just like
should go spend money.
you should go spend some of your hard-earned money because you fucking deserve it, and you absolutely deserve to have a collectible that makes you rabid with glee.
I love that for me.
I love it for you too. And it just reminds me, is there, speaking of rabid glee and things that you're obsessed with, is there any update as to whether that festival is going to bring you on as an author so you can see Carlisle?
You know, I tried my best. I
You did.
really
Have they not
tried. They
replied?
liked it. They
Uh,
liked it, but they didn't nibble on my hook.
I need them to bite. I
I
need them to
know.
bite me and bring you to the festival so you can have an
Right?
iconic moment with Carl. Honestly, I can't believe they didn't invite you. You've got a bloody vampire book. Come
You
on.
know, that's just people just don't value a good idea anymore, you know? They don't value me trying to help them out. This giant
It would
book
help them out.
festival.
They would be lucky to get you, honestly.
Yes, yes.
Maybe, do they do
Well,
it every year? Maybe next year.
I think I'm gonna try. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
have actually a friend emailed, actually I forgot. A friend DM'd me and knows somebody that works with them and has and gave me an email, but that slipped my mind.
Come
So
on, you can do it. Get it, jump on that email. Give it a go.
I should.
Give
I
it a
should
red
shoot my
hot go.
shot.
Shoot your shot.
I'm like,
Can you
hey,
imagine you with Carlisle and Carlisle pointing to your book?
that would
Maybe
be
he even does like a little a little vampy moment.
Yes. Wow, I can't believe my computer's still alive. But
Yeah,
yes,
it's
to
gonna cut out
Carlisle.
eventually, but I'm gonna live
Yeah.
for it until it does. I don't, it may cut us off for the next thing, but I had to ask you, while we were talking about dinosaurs and like escaping conservative religion, I was reminded of how I grew up believing the Earth was 7,000 years old. Did
Oh
you grow up that
yeah.
conservative?
Yeah. Well, so I like came into it later.
That's
Like
true, yeah.
because my parents are not religious at all.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that part.
I found it as a
Oh.
teenager. Yeah.
Oh
In like an
no.
outreach. Uh-huh. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was one of those
Sorry
like
for
went to a
laughing.
no, it's fine. It's laughable. It's so bad. So
Do you know what's wild?
what?
At that age, I would have been the kind of person trying to convert you.
Right.
So I can't talk.
Yeah. We would have been friends.
Would have
We
been
would
like
have
you
been
would have been
friends.
like a soul that I saved.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly it. We would have
Yeah,
found each other. No,
yeah.
yeah, no, I went to a like a summer camp and then I was just like
Ah,
amazed by all these people like
oh my God. What did you
doing all
make of
these
those
things.
kinds of teachings coming into it from outside of it? Or you were
Yeah.
so focused on like the like performing and that side of things that you didn't really get the indoctrination, eh?
Yeah, it wasn't until later. Yeah, like at
Ooh.
first I got hit with like all the good, exciting, really nice. Everybody was really welcoming. That kind of stuff, like draw her
Mm.
in
Yep.
because I was a wild child, so like,
Yeah.
you know,
It can be
um
a very safe space to land if you find the
yeah.
right people.
Oh, I had no
Yeah.
supervision as a
Yeah.
child or as a teenager especially. And
Mm.
so this gave me like a
Yeah.
father figure, it gave me like people that were like cared.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was like really in. I got so in and did all the things until I became like 18
Mm.
and realized like wait, this is just a way to control me. And there was all of these like little things that started kind of like pinging in my
Hmm.
brain. And no, you can't do this because of that. You can't do this because of that. Um, but we want, and so it was just more of like they wanted to use me for my testimony of how I changed instead of me caring about
Mm.
actually me. You know what I mean?
Dude, that hits. That's so true. Like, and this is not to like diss all of it. There's definitely nice pockets and nice people within it, but yeah, like as a whole, like, oh my God. The control aspects and like the brainwashing to certain beliefs and like I was just thinking like I can't remember now because it's so long ago, but I definitely grew up with people and that's what got me thinking about it talking to Mara. I definitely grew up with people who thought dinosaurs were not real. Like
Oh
even with the
yeah.
evidence, like they're like, no, that's fake. That's just like a trick of Satan, and that's like, because everything is so. When you're like in a really conservative element of it, everything outside of that is very othered. You're very much.
Yes.
Me and my husband talk about this all. I say my husband because the listeners, obviously, it's Phil. We talk about this all the time, like about how hard it was to find our place in the world outside that. And that's a tactic that those things use to keep you in it. Because if they other the world and make you so afraid of it, and fuck, I was afraid. Like, honestly, it's only now in my late 30s that I'll go into places and spaces and feel like I have a right to be there and a right to
Mm.
belong because I grew up feeling like it was so inaccessible to me. It was so frightening. Anything outside was from sin or from the world or from the devil. Like everything was demonized. Literally, literally, demons were in anything good. Oh, she's too successful. Gotta be demons. People that
Oy.
I grew up with would think that about me that I'm experienced. Like, I can guarantee you, people I grew up with would be like, oh, she looks happy and thriving and doing something outside of the church. She's probably made it like she's probably got demons. She's probably like on worshiping
Shit.
Satan.
Oh my
People would think
God.
that.
Yeah. And it's funny now on the outside, like
Yeah,
looking in, being like, are you fucking kidding me? You know
yeah.
what I mean? But I get it because when you're on the inside and
Oh, on
everything
the
becomes so
inside, you
scary.
fully believe it. Everything's so scary. Every storm is the apocalypse. Every like person who like looks at you funny. It's been so funny and healing making one of my friends practices witchcraft and stuff. And like it's actually been super healing for me. Like challenging my deep inner trauma and being friends with this person because I know what a great person they are. I know
Mm.
what an amazing human being they are. My trauma from growing up in a cult is like this is evil and bad and frightening. And I've really had to, even now at this age after therapy, because it's so deeply ingrained in you as a child, it's so othered. Um, these days, I think it's because people can actually find meaning and healing through those practices. So again, it's othered, so you won't leave the cult.
Yeah. Well, you know what I had to kind of like kick myself actually the other day
Mm,
because now I have a hard time looking at people who are in that so deep in the in certain churches or like
mm,
religious beliefs. It's hard for me to look at them and like want to even interact because I'm like,
yeah,
ugh, I know their thought process. But I had to kick myself because I have to rethink like, oh, if that was me back then, I wouldn't want anybody just, to not talk to me because of this
yeah.
thing or like, have a good
That's so true.
conversation. So it's like but every instinct in my body is like, ugh, like don't
It's
talk to me
hard.
about these things because I've been through it, girl. I already know what your thought process is, girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah. For me,
So,
it all comes down to the vibe check because I like whatever religion, practice, whatever. For me, it comes down to how does that manifest in how you treat me and how you treat others. And and I think in all walks, in all beliefs, in all faiths, that there's people who are the superheroes of it. And it
yes.
doesn't matter what their beliefs are. And I don't have to, it doesn't have to be my belief, but you connect on a higher level and there's an openness to them.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I think we've probably both experienced the closeness that comes with that sometimes. So I think it's okay that we're a bit skeptical after getting out of that, like,
Yeah, I feel it.
and
Yeah. It's
it's
funny because my oldest brother and his wife, they are like they're Christian, but they're so
chill.
kind and
Yeah.
gentle and just
Oh,
like good human beings that like that's the standard we should meet. Like should be
that's
who we are
it.
talking to and listening and learning from are just like good human beings that believe in the
Yeah,
Lord and like want to just breathe joy into the world. And I'm like,
that's
okay,
it.
there's
That's
like you said, there's good ones.
100%. There's like the core of the heart of those teachings is really beautiful and powerful. It's just that the system has corrupted it, like,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know? Hi.
Hello.
Hello. So
How you
glad you
doing?
could join us.
Thank you for having me. Super excited to be here.
Yes. No, I'm super excited. Ever since I met you at the Bay Area Book Fest, I was like, I have to talk to you more. So I'm
I,
glad this worked out.
I'm glad for this. This is very exciting.
Yay.
I'm just getting
Yeah,
our questions because even though we've done the show like 200,
yeah.
actually more like 300 times now, I can never remember our basic questions.
That's fine.
We're prepared. We're
It's
ready for
okay.
Should have
this.
It's okay
memorized
because
by
I'm
now.
because I'm not. I love to just wing it and see how it goes.
Yes.
I'm a yapper of the highest order, and I can do it.
I had a
Glorious.
feeling, yeah, I had a feeling you wouldn't need to even look at the questions. You were just gonna be like,
I can do
I'm just
it.
going for it. I'm here for it.
Yes, my
Amazing.
favorite type of guest.
Off the top of the dome, you're gonna get me just waxing poetic, I'm sure.
We love it. We love a yappy guest.
I
Literally.
no, I had an interview with for it to be featured in I think like Bookworm or something, this website. Uh and we had to break it up into two interviews because we only had a 30-minute slot to get through eight questions. And I was like, we got through three. What's going on here? And then like her name was Allie, my interviewer, my host. She was like, you know what, we're gonna I'll call you back in like 2 weeks. How's that? I'm like, fantastic, cool, outfit change. We love it.
Perfect. We've been warned. We've been warned, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, I was gonna say, did someone else warn you? Un pinche chismosa saying that I can't fucking talk under 5 minutes or less.
Okay, but this is
No.
this is
No.
why we left Zoom. I've got the basic model that cuts us off at 40 minutes because we're
Yeah,
already chatty and like we
yeah,
need,
yeah,
but like if we get a chatty guest, woo, there's like there's no telling where it's gonna go.
yeah.
It's our favorite. Well, perfect. I think I'm excited. And I want to ask you this first question because I can only imagine what you're going to say.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of our favorite questions, which is, what is the strangest thing you own?
This is recorded, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay. I'm gonna have to take my you know what? The headphones are coming off. Sorry.
That's
Okay.
okay.
The audio quality might drop.
Okay. We're ready.
I will tinker with it in one to share later.
We'll be good. Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 seconds.
Oh my God. Is one of the things off the shelf coming to see us? Because I am
Oh,
very.
no, something else.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
For those tuning in, there's a skeleton of some kind. I want to say snake. I want eel.
It is
Yes, tell us.
it is a taxidermied skeleton of a snake. I think it's just
Wow.
yeah, it's a venomous snake, though I'm not sure it was not uh I wasn't specified what kind of snake it was, but you can tell it's venomous because of the way the jaw is shaped, and you can see it's a viper. You can see because of its teeth are hooked inwards, because they retract. Um,
Oh my God. I
you
wanted
won't
to
be able
say
to pick it up on
viper.
the. Um, this is my one of my newest acquisitions. It was gifted to me for my birthday about a month ago, not even like 3 weeks ago. Um, I adore it. I got it because my friends thought it would be really funny given how important serpents are to me, to Mexica mythology, and because they play a central role in Sundown and San Ojuela. Um, so don't you love how topical I can be about this? We've wrapped
Yes.
back around to
Yes,
talking about
back
it.
to the book.
Um,
Back to the book. Oh my
yeah,
God, no,
this
that
is
is super cool.
it's probably my most interesting and honest one. Everything else is just a bunch of toys, which, in my personal opinion, is not the most shocking thing in the world. Oh, plot twist, a trans woman collects action figures. Ooh, fork found in kitchen.
They're glorious. Okay, do you have a favorite though? Because my eyes have been zooming in on the back there.
Okay.
Oh, is this controversial?
Well, it depends on what toy line.
Ah, okay,
I
okay.
have this is on my bio. It says I collect transforming robots. My favorite transformer is Soundwave. Yeah, I've been playing with him off screen the whole time. He's right here. He
Oh
turns
my
into a
God.
cassette player. His
Stop.
cassettes come out of his little chest, and they're also little guys.
Oh my God.
No, really?
He's a single father.
Oh my
He's
God. He's having an immaculate conception.
he's look, there's nothing immaculate about it.
Oh my
That's
God.
cute though.
I'm
Yeah.
obsessed.
He has something just popped off of him.
Uh-oh.
He has multiple little guys, multiple children. This one's a bird.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I love it.
Also
Okay.
goes back into that chat. We could be here for hours.
Yes, yeah.
I have over 200 of these transforming robots. I have a lot of these fucking little Bleebo Blorbos
Oh my God.
because they compel me, and I'm nothing more than a filthy consumer. Um,
Aren't we all?
aren't
Yeah.
we all? I I recently just imported from Taiwan to avoid tariffs a several Godzilla action figures, two to be specific.
Okay,
That
wait. Now I have something to show you. Continue.
yes. I'm just gonna grab it while you grab yours.
Okay, I'll
Bye,
be here.
Angela.
I have no action figures. Now I feel like I need to find a toy,
Okay,
but
mine isn't an action figure,
okay.
but it's a
Oh.
Godzilla lamp that lights up. Although I don't think I can plug it in.
Oh, that's
Look
gorgeous.
at that. She lights up all different colors. I had to unplug her. Look at that. So
Oh,
the
I
fire
love
lights
that.
up and pseudo burns the city eternally.
That is so cool.
It was a treat to myself, I think, when I got an agent finally. I was like, you know what? I'm buying the Godzilla lamp.
As
Oh
you
yes.
should. I
Yes.
got this is what I got as my own birthday gift to myself because I'm a whopping 28 now and I needed to get an adult gift. So I
Yes.
imported Black Ass
Oh
Dragon.
my God. Listeners, you need to watch this episode because we have cool things in the chat.
For those listening, this is the Haya Toys King Ghidorah Exquisite Basic line action figure. It is an incredibly posable
Ooh,
action figure of King Ghidorah from the film Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, the Heisei 1987 film, I think, with fully posable like extremities. His legs, his three heads, his two tails, and his wings have they're all on multiple joints. His wings are on bendy wires, so
Whoa.
oh my
they can get
God.
real flappy. And he's got a 2 foot wingspan. Picture that in your head, those of you who can imagine King Ghidorah.
Okay,
That's
I'm
exactly what
obsessed.
I would imagine. When you say that, I'm like, yes, I picture it
A
clearly.
golden three-headed dragon is
I freaking love that. I love that you have so many badass things behind you and around you. And are you fiddling with things? You mentioned that. Are you fiddling while you're talking? Because I always fiddle as we're interviewing.
yeah, I do it a lot.
Yeah.
You see, I'm getting red now.
No, it's
I
okay.
love
Part
it.
part of it's
We're
the
excited.
sunburn.
Well, that
I
could be it too.
I
Oh my
want to show
God,
you guys
I'm a
a little
chronic
more.
blusher. You're in good
Okay.
company. She's got good makeup these days.
Thank you. Yeah, me and my friends were like, let's go to Santa Cruz together. And we all got real sunburned on the beach,
Oh,
there's no children listeners, I imagine, getting stoned
I
as
mark it
hell.
explicit.
Yeah, stoned as hell on the beach with a charcuterie board.
Yes. You were living.
I was living.
Yes.
And then I woke up
Okay.
hungover. And then I got really
Well,
pissed.
that's what happens when you're living so hard. You have something else to show us?
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
living. Honestly, this is my fucking favorite thing in the world. I would pay good money to go
This
into
is my
people's houses and just see their shit. Oh my God.
My God.
He has swagger. Oh my God. That's iconic.
It's girthy. Like what?
Yeah.
Okay, who is this?
For those listening who don't have any visuals, they're just like, wow, she whipped out something and it's girthy.
So
This is a
girthy.
transformer. It is my largest transformer. I actually just pulled him off the shelf today because I wanted to dust him.
Okay, but is he bigger than the yellow one that I can see?
Yeah, that's Omega Supreme. He's about, I think, 2 to 3 centimeters taller.
Mm.
Not much, but it's there, and he has more mass because like his head comes off and turns into a little guy.
Oh,
Um, yeah, what will they think of next? These goddamn
right?
Japanese toy designers.
The best.
So cool.
I've invested a lot of fucking money with I'm pretty sure I got this one with my advance for the book because
Really?
I was like, oh, I can treat myself and buy this $200 toy.
It is
He
an
deserves
investment
it.
though. It's actually it's always an investment with that stuff. You could in even in a couple years you can sell it for double, especially if it's because we bought a remote. My husband drives trucks and he's obsessed with them, and we bought from Japan this. He had to build it himself, a little mini big rig, and it had lights, and we put like One Piece symbols
Yeah.
on it because we're both obsessed with One Piece. And he sold that shit. That paid for our next trip to Japan after he built it
Holy
and painted it.
shit.
I love that.
Well, it paid for flights, but so
Yeah,
it
no,
is
me
an
too.
investment. It's a long-term
Yeah,
investment. At any time, you can sell it for more than you bought it to the right buyer.
exactly. See, look,
I
the
love
head is
it.
now a little guy.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the best fucking part. You guys aren't even ready for this. His head is
No.
also a little guy.
Fuck off!
No.
I can't with this. It's the babushka doll transformer.
That's the cutest thing in the
This is the cutest
world.
fucking thing.
I would have never thought the little head would transform as
Oh
We
my
got
well.
God.
nothing but girthy head in this podcast.
It feels right. We just
Yeah.
launched our own publishing house called Throbbing Quill. We're gonna do spicy stories. So Girthy
I
Head
love that.
sounds very correct right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It would fit right in. Or would it? We don't know.
You
We don't know.
gotta work it a little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta get it going.
Yes. Okay, well, this I want to know this question as well. I feel like I have to know. What is something you think about way too often?
Oh, what's something I think about dinosaurs a lot. I like this is funny because I also own a bunch of dinosaur stuff. Um, I'm not gonna take things down for every question. We'll be here for hours.
Yeah.
Um, but I think about dinosaurs a lot. I fucking love dinosaurs. I will go hiking with my mother because we like to do that on Sundays. We'll take our dog out. I live at home with my mother right now. Um, but we'll go hiking. And like the whole time my mom's like chatting me up about like she's filling me in on like family goss, where like chismosas. She's telling me about all the details. And I want to know because I'm a fucking metiche. Like I want to know everything. But at the same time, she'll like start telling me stuff and I'll start trailing off and she'll be like, Mara. And I'm like, do you not see the dinosaurs in here? They look like the dinosaurs are in the room with us. Like I'll be like, can you not imagine like a little raptor like scuttling along that fallen log and like resting on the moss and then like skedaddling? Like I think about that all the time. Yeah, the dinosaurs on the brain always.
That's valid.
It's also compounded because I'm writing about dinosaurs now, so it's
Oh.
even more dinosaurs on the brain than usual. And like every time I see a bird, I'm like, I know what you are. I know what
Yes.
you are. I know your ancestors. I will
Yes.
not forget, never forget. Hashtag never forget the
Never.
dinosaur.
I
And
think that
honestly,
about.
though, when you see a bunch of like, because we have a bunch of chickens and then turkeys, wild
Yeah,
turkeys,
yeah.
when you see them running around, you're like, oh my God, there they are. Like they just look like it when they're
Their little
walking
feet, their
around.
little trident little feetsies. You're like, that's dinosaur foot.
Yeah. And the way
Again.
their heads always stay at like a center. You know how their heads, no matter
Yeah.
how you move them, they're like,
Well,
ooh.
have you seen? There's like scientists did this thing where they like stuck a plunger on the back of a chicken, and instead of it ha being a bit more erect in height, it leaned forwards to essentially assume the posture of a theropod, of a two-legged theropod animal. Um,
See? Well,
it was
there.
really interesting, like motor function thing that went down, I think, like a decade ago or something. But yeah,
It's
uh,
wild.
yeah, the
Okay.
asteroid, never forget. Another asteroid has hit the Earth.
Really?
Never forget.
That's what George
I
Bush said on
I just accepted
65 million
that
years
with no
ago.
question. I was like, yeah, I was very
She's like, oh,
invested. Well, it could have been a small one out in the
I'm,
desert.
I'm sure
I'm
it
sure they
happens.
have
That's
Yes.
them.
not really this, I think maybe it's actually bigger than average,
I
maybe it's big
reckon.
enough, sometimes it's about the size of the asteroid, it's how you use the asteroid that matters, plenty of
It's
people have said that it was a
true.
perfectly large asteroid, maybe too big even.
That happens too. That happens
It
too. And that's
happens.
okay.
And that's
Yes.
okay. We don't asteroid shame. I love I love all bodies, particularly celestial ones.
Oh, I
Mm.
hear that. I hear that. Yes. I'm feeling it. I'm with you. Okay, well, let's take it to publishing.
Yeah, let's be serious. Lock in.
Yeah, which you don't have to at all. You could take us on any tangent,
No.
and we are here for it. We're ready for the ride. But I do want to ask, like, have you always wanted to be a writer? Like, tell us a little bit about how you came to be in this
Mm.
writing space.
This is really funny. I wanted to be a filmmaker. I wanted to be like a director. I have like how like people think with like some people think with an inner monologue and some people might not and some people have a mix of the two. I almost think entirely with just like abstract images and
Wow.
like shots of things. Like I see shit. I and which is why like I'll talk to myself in second person as like a hey, yeah, I have to verbalize it. Like, yeah, you have to remember to do this. Because I can't think that. I
Mm,
will just imagine the thing itself that I have to do. Um, like have you ever played like can you guys visualize like a fully rendered apple in your head? Can you rotate it?
yes.
Some people can't. I have a friend who like has a hard time seeing it. They can
Yes.
like conceptualize an apple, but they can't picture it and rotate it. Um,
Yeah, I
yeah,
actually used to tutor at a school. I used to tutor at a school called
yeah,
Linda Mood Bell, and the whole program was based around helping people who couldn't picture the apple learn to do that skill. You can
yeah.
apparently teach. I don't know if I was a particularly good tutor.
Like it apparently can be done.
It can be done. But yeah, no,
But
it's a thing. But yeah, like you have super vivid, which makes sense. Like you're still picturing the dinosaurs where they should be in the
I
nature.
I did a lot of like daydreaming as I feel like all writers say that, right? That we did a lot of daydreaming as a kid. Um, but like I would draw a lot of it, and I still to this day draw a lot of the things that I like to like imagine in my head. And I had wanted to visualize it into like a visual medium, like film. So in like high school, I got I was also like super depressed in high school. And who wasn't? Um, but I spent a lot of my time just like dissociating and doing like film escapism. I know a lot of writers often talk about having read from a young age. I am dyslexic, so I didn't really start to read like books that didn't have pictures in them until like midway through high school when like my teacher started showing me like we read like Frankenstein and like Shirley Jackson, and I was like, this shit's all right. This shit's pretty fucking cool. Um, but like early on, I read mostly comic books, mostly superhero comics. And I watched a lot of like movies, like a lot of like horror films, which is why I think horror is the genre of my choice, is that I was always compelled by like the monsters that I thought were cool as fuck, truth be told, and kind of hot. Um, so obviously I gravitated towards this thing that even felt a little taboo. And I think growing up I went to private Christian school. I'm a survivor. Um, yeah, okay. Yeah,
Solidarity.
solidarity to ICU, you
I went
know.
to private Adventist school. I'm gonna one up you.
No, our school was bad. I lived in California, right? I was in sixth grade during the 2008 Obama election, and I remember like teachers telling us, "Remember to tell your parents to vote no on like Prop 8, which is the proposition to make gay marriage legal in the in California." And it wasn't legalized. And I remember them being like, "Remember, it's a sin." And then
Mm.
of course I would resonate with these outcasted other preachers and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and I think there was something kind of like almost a little like because of course I'm edgy. I'm an edgy fucker. Um, but like there's something like kind of cool and sexy and countercultural about liking these things that like that was off-putting to like other people. I kind of liked that off-puttingness. But even before it was something that I like grew into. As a child, I would like draw like Ghost Rider, right? And I remember being sent to the office a few times because I would keep drawing these fucking superhero characters, which to me, I'm like, this is a Marvel character. They sell these books to children.
Yeah.
Um, but like I remember third grade, I would like sent in for drawing Ghost Rider Todd McFarlane's Spawn. Like 12-year-old me, fucking I loved Spawn. I read Watchmen way too young. And I was like I also watched movies way too young. I was watching
Mm.
like The Exorcist at 6. And look how I turned out. We look, I was Latina. I had my first alcoholic beverage at 13, and I'm like my family
Right.
was in the room. We were in Mexico. The laws are different. Um, mi gente. Anyways, uh, but yeah. So there was something that I enjoyed that, and also like I feel like Catholicism, Christianity, like a persecution complex, and kind of wanting to be a little alt and edgy, and you have shit like Dia de los Muertos. It all just kind of pulls together in a very unique way. It's why like Latinas, we do goth different.
It's spooky.
We do it. It's spooky. Yeah. Yeah. No, I love it. I love the like fucking the little like the little raves in Mexico City. They're like este antro de que se te pone música dark. Like obscura. I love it.
She's a
I
spooky
mean
girl.
that's what kind of got me into horror, and what
Yeah.
got me into like wanting to tell stories, but I wanted to do it visually. We're coming back around. See, I love
Mm.
a full, we're going full
I'm
circle.
impressed.
Um,
I can never make it back to the circle once my side quest goes that far.
this is, look, my Microsoft Word documents when I'm writing, a clusterfuck. Absolute shit show. It's like driving it's like merging on like the fucking 880 to the 580 here in Bay Area. very regional joke for some of you. It's not a joke, actually. This is my life. This is my culture.
I still
Yeah,
felt
it's a
I
culture.
still
This is
felt
my
it as a
hell.
Melburnian. We have
Um,
shit roads too.
I'm sure we all have shit show roads, infrastructure
Yeah.
that destroyed public transit. But yeah, so the going back around, yeah, I wanted to tell these stories like visually. But I was a high schooler and none of my friend I didn't own a camera. And of course, that doesn't stop people who are actually passionate about film from like picking up a camcorder and doing incredible stuff. But I spent more of my time writing, like I wanted to write scripts. And I would just end up embellishing them because I started reading more and I was like adding voice and prose to it. And I kind of hit the realization of like, I want to write about shit that I don't have the budget to do. And
Mm.
I cared more about the narrative than I think to become a filmmaker, especially at a young age, there's a level of like, of ingenuity that I think comes along with it. There's like a technical, draw of like how do I tell a story with two pieces of string, a rundown Volkswagen Bug, and like my friends I'm paying with like Coors Light beers out in like a parking lot at 3 a.m. And I think that's where a lot of the fun of that is. That didn't interest me. It exhausts me. Um, but it what it ended up doing is that it got me to start writing, and I slowly pivoted the medium of it into something that I wouldn't be encumbered by a lack of a budget or friends who wouldn't take my work seriously and not actually act and say the lines the right way. Um, and that through process of elimination, I fell into writing, and just that was kind of the genre that stuck because I could go fucking dogs without horses, running rampant and wild with whatever the fuck I wanted to shove in those pages. Uh, that was kind of how I did it. I still have a great adoration for film. I think I people have described my prose as very cinematic, and I like doing that. I like watching film and playing the game of like how do I do the prose equivalent of a match cut shot? How do I do a dolly zoom or like
Ooh,
a
I
rack
like that.
focus? Because I feel like a lot of people who try to write cinematically fall into the pitfall of like, let me just over describe everything. And that's not what's happening in film either.
Mm.
You have to do film is using, images to make an impression, a very immediate visual impression. So how are you going to do that with prose? How are you going to abstract prose into something that uses words to hit you the way an image would? Um,
Mm.
That's
Paint
good.
me a word picture, something pretentious like that. Uh,
That's good though.
Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna use it
And it's
when I
constant. Like, I
write.
think that's why I love poetics, because of course poetics is the completely other end of that, is how are we going to distill language into its purest form and then manipulate it without any like rules at all and just pure concentrated words, like word art. And like the impressions that comes with that. Uh and I like studying that because it gives me ideas on how to do the thing I want to do, which is messing around with like how to do visual language with in a completely different medium that's word based.
Yes.
I'm here
Well,
for it. So you found your way to writing.
Yeah.
What was the publishing side of things like for you?
I like hair flip. I didn't take a long time to start getting published.
love
Um,
I
that.
love
I
that.
know,
I
I
love
know. I was
to
just like a
hear
bad
it.
bitch immediately.
Yeah.
I well, the thing was is that I was very lucky and very privileged. One, I went to a 4-year university. I went to California, UC California's Riverside School, UCR. Highlanders. No, I don't give a fuck. The school's fine, I guess. It was lovely. I spent a lot of time in the Inland Empire Desert, which is what inspired me to write Sundown in San Ojuela.
Mm.
But I was lucky that I had a mother who wanted me to pursue something I was passionate in. She's like, we have a lot of family members who just don't go to college, and I want you to care about what you're getting in. A lot of people told me to get something, like the usual, get something that'll make us money. I'm a first gen. I need to climb that ladder. But my mother, she had 3 kids, so she was like, one of them can be an artist, whatever. Um, she was like, what I can. She's like, they can all be a little weird and different. Um, so she really encouraged me, right, my wanting to do an artistic major, and she was like, "Look, a degree is a degree. Not many of us have that." Um, and so I was really lucky to have her support on it. I did writing. I was at Riverside at the time that Dr. Nalo Hopkinson was one of the professors there and the only one who specialized in speculative fiction. And
Mm.
I like moth to a flame. I went straight to her and like she was really sweet and like kind of started to mentor me and I would like meet her in office hours and she like had me reading Octavia Butler and like I took almost all of her classes on like Afrofuturism and thinking about like, oh my God, I want to do this, but like Mexicanly, you know? And that's stemmed me to start engaging more with like, Chicanx futurism or Latina futurism and learning into and retouching into my own indigenous heritage. One, not only looking into like my family's Purépecha, but also looking into that more nationalist heritage that comes with the Mexica and the Aztecas. And I was looking into all of that and just kind of finding my voice that way with a professor who encouraged me and also a professor who specialized in spec fic, which is really rare to have in a
Mm.
university in a literary program. And she was the one who like last semester was like, "Hey, you should apply to Clarion." Well, I asked her like, "Should I apply to Clarion?" Because I hear you talk about it all the time because she went in the 90s. And she looked at me and I remember her like pursing her lips and going like, "You'd fare better than most. Shoot your shot." And I did, and I got waitlisted, and then I got in. And
Woo!
from that point, I was given a lot of resources
Mm.
of like just, connecting and meeting people. I felt like I was thrown into the deep end. I was kind of just like for a while running along with it. I remember I went to my first con was Worldcon in 2020 in DC. Um, and like seeing all these people who I was like reading and discovering for the first time, being like, what the fuck is going on? How do I talk to these people? What do I do? And being like completely out of my woods. Of course, it's pre-transition too, so I'm just like I'm incredibly antisocial at this point in my life. I'm just being incredibly overstimulated and overwhelmed with it. But I had a cohort who like was more familiar with this. I was the baby in my Clarion class. Um, so a lot of them like kind of showed me the ropes, and it was one of them who was like, "You should." Once it was finished with Sundown, and I was gonna send it off to agents for querying. One of them was like, "Hey, look, Lanternfish, this publishing house is open for manuscript submissions. You should treat it that way as well." And I was like, "Sure, why not?" So my first batch of I sent it to 5 agents in Lanternfish. 3 of the agents gave me an R&R, like a revise and resubmit. 2 said no, and Lanternfish was like, "Yeah, we'll take it." And so it happened really fast. And of course, COVID shit happened, so it was delayed a good few years. This was probably, I think, 2022, and then it came
Mm.
out 2024. So a couple of years, took a while. But I mean, still, that's publishing for you. Um,
Mm.
and all of that was learning. Like going through the process of publishing the book taught me kind of everything about it. And of course, my publicist for Lanternfish, Feliza Casano, is like super transparent and upfront. And we would like spend Zoom interviews just like chatting it. She would explain to me everything that they were doing through the manufacturing process, what goes into like publishing. And of course, I would spend a lot of time talking to my editor, Christine. Um, and they're a lovely publishing house to work with, of fun,
Mm.
lovely indie plays. They really care about their writers. Um, and it just kind of taught me everything through the process of it. Like I slowly was just hand walked through a lot of it, and I feel like I'm really lucky to have had that opportunity. Um, yeah,
That's great. Because, you hear so many different versions of everybody's journey. And a lot of the times it's people don't know what the hell's going on in
yeah.
publishing. And I love this for you where they're like, let me tell you what we're doing. I
Yeah, and
think
it
that's
was like
great.
Nalo would be like, so you submit to short stories, you submit to these magazines, and like her lectures were mostly the readings were mostly contemporary pieces from like FMSF and like Uncanny and Strange Horizons, and like so immediately I was in like Apex, and fantasy, and I was like, these are amazing. I didn't know these existed. This fucking rocks. So those kind of became my big like I want to get into these one day. And it's slowly been happening, although I've been much busier with novels these days. But like Uncanny and I, like that. I'm getting another one out by then, later this year, 2025.
Oh,
I'll check
yeah.
that out when that happens.
Okay. I
But
love to hear it. Okay. Well, I'm seeing our time is
I
down, which we knew this was going to
I
happen.
knew this was
We
gonna
knew this was going
happen.
to happen. But I want to hear about your book. Like, can you tell our
Yeah.
listeners what it's about? Because I am so freaking excited to read this book myself. So yeah, tell us about
Okay, so Sundown and San Ojuela, the pitch I've always told everyone, which I've been told from my editor it's not the best pitch, but I think it's compelling, which is that I describe it as a gothic spaghetti western that centers a girl who can see with ghosts and like several Mexica vampires currently like living in the Inland Empire of Southern California while they are avoiding ice detection.
Mm.
And my protagonist discovers that these vampires have been feeding off of the energy within her and her family's ancestral home. So the inciting, it is a story where one day when her tia Marisol, the ghost of her tia Marisol visits her, telling her that she's been murdered, she returns to her childhood home where she stayed with her tia for a while to not only unpack like a lot of internalized domestic tragedies that happened when she was young, but to also look into her family's culture, her history of being in the area, and confronting these creatures that have been preying off of her family and this house and the indigenous people of the area for a long time. And that is Sundown and Sanohela. There's
Wow.
a little gay necromancer vampires in it. A lot of fun ghost stuff and a talking coyote skull.
Oh my,
like
And
that's all you had to say. You
Mishika
know what I
trickster
mean?
gods.
oh my God,
Yes.
you need a
Gods, quote
coyote
unquote, dead
skull.
girl. What was that?
You need a coyote skull for your collection.
I would love that. I would absolutely adore that. But what I do have for the book, when the book came out, my reward to myself was getting a tattoo of one of the
Ooh.
primary antagonists of the novel,
Oh
which
my
is
God, I love.
Charlotte,
Oh my God, that's hot.
who is the psychopomp of the
Mm.
the the Teteo pantheon, who ferries the souls of the living into the underworld.
Whoa.
Um, the hairless dog Xolocuintlis are like descended from him, as well as axolotls, echolots.
Mm.
Um, and he is one of the primary characters in this book.
Hell
Wow, it's
freaking
such a beautiful tattoo.
it is. It's amazing. And I'm really excited to hear that you're working on something else as well.
Yeah,
Is that anything you can announce to us yet, or is it still top secret?
I'm not sure if it's top secret. Like, find
Okay.
me in public and I'll like yap about it for a while. But I'm currently just working on a project with it's still in its like raw. I'm in like the mid phase of it, so it's Shikamic futurism rather than Shikamic horror. And this one about on a different planet with a culture that resembles the the like the Mesoamerican cultures prior to Cortez's conquest on this separate planet that is inhabited by dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
Creative background,
yes.
baby.
Yeah. You're so
Oh my
creative. I am
gosh.
With
obsessed.
Yes.
and meanwhile, Catholicism still has a really strong hold on the culture of this world because, of course, it fucking is.
Of
Um,
course.
yeah. But that's what I'm working on now, which is very different. Of course, both novels, Sundown and this, my main focuses tend to be around like generational trauma as well as like dealing with specifically the traumas that we perpetuate, right? That the Mexican community has a huge issue of like machismo. There's like a femicide in Mexico right now. So like there's sexism, God forbid the homophobia that exists within some regions within our culture and certain more traditional sides of it. And I almost always write, Sundan and Sanohela in particular, follows a lot of queer characters who are at the center of this world where they feel like they cannot find peace within their own cultures and often feel trapped in the middle between an American culture that like others them and like in this story like hunts them down and also a culture that doesn't claim them and doesn't want them.
Mm.
And how to work through that and how to work through the things that we do not acknowledge through our family's history and our cultural heritage, like the colonization aspect of it, having always like being a people who will always be someone who was once colonized. And how that carries into this setting, of course, using vampires and the undead things to manifest that.
Oh my God. Iconic. It's,
Thank
Seriously
you.
iconic.
yeah.
100%. Oh, we're gonna get cut off right now.
I know.
But
And we're back, chat.
And I have
Woohoo!
coffee, and I'm very happy about that
Coffee.
development.
I did too. I have my tea. I fixed my little tea.
Yay, coffee cheers, tea cheers.
I finished my tea. I
Uh,
drank it.
wait, was it boiling and you were able to consume it boiling, or it was already cooling?
Years of drinking Champorado way before its time have like honed me to be able to like stomach incredibly high temperatures.
I knew it. I was like, that was too fast. The tea should still be steeping.
Scalding hot
I
down
am
the throat.
incredibly impatient.
Can't even wait for it to cool.
No, no, I was like, I'm thirsty. Glug, glug, glug. And it just fucking,
Scalding.
I'm so warm inside.
Oh, I
Good.
hate burning myself though. It's like, because then I can't taste anything, so I can't risk it. So I've never built up that tolerance. Because if I burn my tongue, I'm in mourning.
I have so much like tolerance for not only heat but also like spice level, right? Like
Ooh,
I would always order like the spiciest option for foods and like be suffering as like a teenager because I wanted to like my ego was involved in it, right? I was like, I can take it. And now I'm at the point where I've just acclimated and not and anything less than that is like it's not that spicy.
really?
It's not that bad.
I love that
Just
though. I
better.
feel like
Yeah.
people who never push their spice limit at all. I was talking about this with my husband yesterday. I was just like, if you never develop your spice palette at all, you're just like missing out on like so
You're
much
missing
depth of
out.
flavor. Like whether it's cayenne pepper, whether it's chili, whether it's like jalapeno,
Yeah.
whatever. Like each adds its own like really like full-bodied glamour to the dish, right? Like
Yeah.
you got to build it up, friends. You like if you don't like I don't know if I like I do judge. I do judge if people haven't even tested, you know? Tested to
I
build.
judge. I
There's
judge.
so
I
many cuisines that like are so elevated and real and not rely on, but like it just adds that. You know, they
like
know what they're
my
doing with the levels.
My my go-to summer lunch has been like avocado toast, but I do it with like seasoning, right?
Yes.
Salt, pepper, red chili flakes, a little bit of paprika.
Oh my
We're
God, yeah.
putting jalapenos on it, a little bit of olive oil and tomato to bring out the
Mm,
tomato flavors. We're making it good.
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. Well, we're growing every summer. Well, most summers we grow
Yeah.
jalapenos and different peppers, but also tomatoes. And so the homegrown tomatoes on an
Mm,
avocado toast
stop.
It's
with the jalapenos, you
I
can't.
felt
my
that in my
mother.
loins.
My mother has a garden in the backyard, which means I get to eat the fruits of her labor. Um, so we get fresh jalapenos and other chiles, and we get fresh nopales. Right now, it's been like nopales nonstop.
Ooh.
And it's fantastic. Why people
What
haven't
is
discovered
nopales? I don't know.
is cactus. Why people
Oh my God.
exact my
Yes,
point
I've seen
exactly.
it.
Yeah,
What's
why
it
people haven't
like?
discovered that
It's the
it's like
best.
that it's like a superfood.
Yeah.
Um,
Is
there's like
it
a
the
lot of
thin one, like the big, like
yeah, yeah,
prickly pear leaf, and you slice it and do like a steak or whatever? I
yeah.
think I had it in a restaurant, but I haven't attempted it at home.
I like to call them the paddles, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, you have to take it's painstaking. You have to use your gloves and everything, but you got
Yeah.
to take all the spines off of it.
So
Mm.
And
good.
then
So
you have
good.
to like you grill it, you saute it, you do whatever you can as long as you try to not to make sure it's not like the slimiest thing in the world.
Mm.
Um, and it's so good. You have that with like mushrooms and salsa and some tortillas. You could eat that just as is. It's got so much
Fresh?
protein.
You go
Yeah,
fresh? Ooh.
there so much protein in it, so much
Oh my
fiber,
God.
so many good ingredients and like wholesome ingredients. So many good like it's got a lot of good nutritional value and
Yeah, I
it's
believe that.
incredibly like light on calories. I'm in my
Mm.
like summer cut right now. I'm trying
Oh
to
Slay.
yes.
trying to
Eating
bulk
those
up.
nopales.
And like nopales, yeah, yeah, savior.
They're the best. I
The
freaking love
best.
them. Yes,
Mm.
same. We don't have them at our house, but my partner's grandparents has like a whole bunch, and so he's got them
Oh, I
all
bet when
over.
y'all visit, you come home with
Mm.
like the baskets of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we still have them. Like we tried to freeze them. I don't know how good they're gonna be
We'll
Mm.
find out. We'll find
defrosted,
out.
but
You,
We've
yeah,
all.
I don't
fingers
know about
crossed.
that
Fingers
texture
crossed.
defrosted, you know?
Yeah,
Is
we'll
it, I have
see.
to ask, is it the same cactus as a prickly pear? Because I have access to those. Or is it a separate cactus?
Well, yeah, like they have like the fruit
Because I
as
grew up
well. So
eating
I'm thinking
prickly
that's the prickly
pears.
pear. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Yes.
fruits are yum,
Wow.
and
Oh my
I'm
God.
just wondering if it's the same one. I have access.
Okay.
Maybe
Get
I'll bring one. Although if it's the wrong cactus, I could end up on quite a different journey.
Every
Well,
time
keep
I'm
us
at like a
posted.
carne asada and the taquero has like there's usually you have like your three meats. You have like carne asada, you have
Mm.
like pollo, and you have al pastor. If they bust out the fucking nopales, I'm like, give me
Ooh.
that one. Give me that one.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's true.
God. Now that I know
It's
what it
true.
is, I'm gonna order it off the menu for sure.
It's
Because
so good.
I've
Yes.
definitely
Let
ordered all
us
the others. I'm
know.
like,
Let us
yeah.
know.
I
Yeah.
love trying new
Okay.
stuff.
Oh well, I know she's been trying gluten
Oh
again.
my God. I'm
Oh
on a
my God.
gluten
Gluten.
journey because I was so sensitive to it. And then my doctor was like, well, if you want like a conclusive celiac test, you have to start eating it again. But I haven't eaten gluten in 10 years. And I'm
Oh
gonna lie, like
dear.
the first time eating it felt like putting poison in my body. Like it has taken me days to like, uh,
Build the tolerance.
even now I still have, if I think about it, that's why I'm always out on a walk or I'll go out to a restaurant and get a croissant. Because if I'm thinking too hard about it, I'm like, oh my God, you're eating gluten. It's like not for you, but it's been going okay. And honestly, it does feel like I'm traveling, food traveling, because I just fucking love trying everything. Like, and
Is
there's been
there
so many things on the menus I wanted to try, and I'm trying it all now.
is there gluten in rice?
Nah, nah, nah. Rice is
Okay,
good.
okay. So you were able to eat rice.
Yeah, but unfortunately in soy sauce, they often use so a lot of the
Oh.
foods from like Chinese food or Japanese food that I wanted to try, if when I was super sensitive, I couldn't even have the soy sauce. So I'd be like, dang it, like I so want to try this, but now I'm just like I'm just
Now you
thriving.
can't.
I'm enjoying my food adventure. If I come back celiac, I'll have to mourn the loss of gluten all over again, but it's okay. I'm enjoying it for now.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
important. This is self-discovery. Sometimes
Yeah,
it
it
comes with
feels like
pain.
it.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
Honestly, it's
It's
been
true.
really like liberating and but anyway, back to you because
Yep.
I will chew Angela's ear off about this in our intro. She-
Okay.
She's ready. But back to you. I want to
Hmm.
come back to your book and I mean whichever one calls to you the most. I guess the one that's coming out next. What inspired you to write it? Like where did it come from?
I kind of want to talk. We're going back to Sun. I'm going to talk about
Yes,
Sundown just
please.
because I feel like that way if listeners enjoy it, they can like
Mm.
here it is, right? You know, I have to promotion grind. But also I think I mentioned being in Riverside and I want to go back to that.
Mm.
I wrote Sundown because I spent 4 years living in the Inland Empire, where a lot of my friends were like native to the area, or they just like grew up there, right? They lived in the area because Riverside is a safety school for a lot of Inland Empire school districts. So I made a lot of friends with people in the area. And so of course I learned a lot of like hanging out with these people. I learned a lot about like the Inland Empire culture and like immersed myself in it. And like basically San Ojuela is a weird mix of like Riverside, the Redlands, and like San Bernardino because like I would spend a lot of time in those areas and just like San Bernardino in particular back when I would go. I'm not sure if it's still like it. I'm pretty sure it is, but there's like several like strip malls that are just straight abandoned and there's like little rich neighborhoods and it's so like, oh right, the 2008 recession fucked this place up. And of course it's a lot of working class Latinos.
Mm.
But then of course in like uh Rancho Cucamonga and like Corona and stuff, you also have a lot of really affluent white people in the area. So it's just a really interesting spot. And of course, ICE has a bigger presence there.
Mm.
Um, and I find the desert beautiful. I spent a lot of my childhood in my mom's from Michoacan. The town is like Zinaparo. And it's just like a lonely little town in the shadow of like two mountains. And it's just like all desert and like farmland. And I spent a lot of my childhood down there. Um,
That's
like
such a
every
beautiful description.
just yeah, just like a lonely mountain,
Yeah.
very very Lord of the Rings-esque. But yeah, we spent a lot of time there, and like the desert has always comforted me, and I always think it's gorgeous, beautiful
Mm.
area. And of course, I love like nopales. I love desert cuisine, and like
Mm.
I love reptiles and little lizards and stuff. And coyotes, which is a big aspect to the novel, is that the desert and all the time I spent in the desert, my love for the desert kind of really gets piled into this novel. And like there's coyotes that that are possessed by like the creatures of the night, and the night itself is the desert night itself is a like character and plays a role in this story. Um, and it was like that, and slowly being influenced by films like A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, which is like an, I think, Iranian film. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I'd have to double check that. But like Middle Eastern, like a gothic, but it's very Western as well. Like it's got a lot of that spaghetti Western flair from like Sergio Leone and like other types of like Italian like spaghetti Western filmmaker techniques that eventually gets brought into Americans making Western films. So it would be this gothic Western, and it was something so wholly original that like I started noticing more of those, like Paris, Texas, that film with fantastic movie, by the way. Perfect film. It changed my DNA when I watched it. But that movie is also
Mm.
very like Mexican or not Mexican, American Gothic, like American Western Gothic, because it treats like these like the borderlands and like the expansion of the West as some like big horrific thing that happened a long time ago, and now we're seeing like the bones of it in the American wastelands, the borderlands of it all, and it's just so all visual storytelling. And that compelled me a lot. And then I wanted to write a horror novel, so I'm like, I'm going to use all the gothic tools at my disposal while also like playing up this desert world that and this desert culture that I know of with my family's culture, and playing into and lacing that in with indigeneity, with the Mexica deities and that type of like brujeria. Um, and tying it into something that I would call like a Mexican Gothic spaghetti Western about vampires. Um, and that was where I think the fun for my story was. I feel like all of the story's broken into I think 5 acts, and I think Act 1 and 2 is very like classic Gothic and like the haunted house, right? I really like being able to invoke Gothic tropes and just like playing and subverting them. Um, or just using them as like a shorthand and then going somewhere else with them in a very in a way in like a direction that is very much influenced by my culture and heritage.
Mm.
So all like the early like Gothic stuff is very immediate, and then like the later acts in the novel become a lot more like a lot more I'd say slasher-y and horror-y. Um, and like playing into like spaghetti Western tropes and stuff, and like a lot of like there's like a sheriff character who's like a bit who sees himself as swashbuckling, and hopefully the reader understands that he's just like a pathetic man, as many are. No, but not all of them, no one crucify me, no one cancel me on Twitter. um, um
Honestly, the people who would cancel you for that, they should be
are they not listening to
cancelled.
this?
They're not listening. They're not listening.
No,
Nah, they're not.
me
Man,
too.
that's such a thing
Yeah.
though. Like there's like the older I get, there's a certain swagger to a certain type of person. And like you just see right through it, you know what I mean?
See right through it.
It's just like, just just move on.
Yeah, and it's like
Find a new hobby.
the recontextualization of like the heroic sheriff in the spaghetti western, or well, not
Mm,
by that point spaghetti westerns were very critical of that, but like of a generic western film is like the John Wayne is now suddenly like a villainous character, or like a
mm,
Latino sheriff trying to be John Wayne without, having to do the cognitive dissonance within his own like race to try and be that was something that I cared a lot about as well. So all of these ideas just kind of pulled together into a
mm,
story that I wanted to have a lot of fun with. I think now I've become a lot more, given the state of the world, my writing has become a bit bleaker. I always try to keep hope involved, of course, because I'm a Chicano futurist, and I think that's important for not only queer people, but also like people of like migrant families and of diaspora that understand that like we have better futures available and we just have to survive them. So my stories skew with a bit more hope in the end, but I've definitely been bringing my stories into darker places since, and I feel like there's a bit more of a tongue-in-cheekness
mm,
to Sundown and San Ojuela that I'm really proud of, and I'm not sure I would have been able to replicate that now. But given this, like spaghetti westerns have that flair to it, that like it's almost satirical in a way that I really enjoyed being able to play with in that story because it matches the Gothic in a way, which is also a bit satirical of like opulence and the romanticism, and just a bit more nihilistic about it and playing up the like the decay of it all. So I think
mm.
I think the tongue-in-cheek nature of spaghetti westerns marries really well with a gothic's like with like a gothic story's ability to like the exaggerated features and almost operatic um satire stuff that happens with like the satirical nature of a gothic story kind of went together, and it was a lot of fucking fun to write that. There's some really silly scenes in there. There's like a saloon sequence that I'm shocked my editor let me keep in, and there's a mounted one of those like mounted plastic fish singing "Hungry Like the Wolf" to my character, to my vampire character, in an incredibly
Yes.
inopportune moment.
Oh
I
my God, this makes
live.
me even more excited, honestly, to
Mm,
read it. Like just hearing that, like it's like the light and the dark, right? It's like that, like
Yeah,
just mix of having it
yeah.
all in there. I
I
can't.
mean, it's contrast, right? How do you bring, instead of like overhyping or over building up a hopeful moment, which I think should be more subtle and understated, lest it feel like corny, right? And
Mm,
cringy and inauthentic even. I think you have to have incredibly deep, dark moments
yeah,
of like it's to have the really strong contrast in those glimmers of hope
it,
that are spread throughout it.
yeah.
And
Are
they
you an
stand out to
anime
me.
fan?
I have a character in this book that I described as everyone else is in the horror novel, but this one character wandered in from an anime.
I
Um,
Yeah.
love that.
Because I feel
uh,
like I'm always gonna forever love Full Metal Alchemist, and it does
I love
that.
Full Metal Alchemist.
It really somehow manages to marry humor with like these really deep dark themes and
Yeah,
everything. It winds all the threads together. It just kind of reminds me of that as you talk about it. Like just yeah, like being able to do both is definitely like difficult, and it makes me very excited for your book, honestly.
Right? It makes me freaking really excited. I want to take it back to like your author journey because I know, we touched on it and that it's been a pretty great so far. But like,
Mm.
what has been the hardest part for you on this journey so far?
the hardest part for me was a bit of a different approach to it was doing my MFA, my master's degree. I got it in creative writing. I finished Clarion back in 2022 and ended it with like I want to be able to not struggle with like working. I think the juggle of writer life and working a full-time job has been the issue of of all writers and artists of our age, right? And I've been wanting to do it academically because then I would have more time to actually work on it. And I think I care about the craft of it enough to want to teach it.
Mm.
Sorry.
Oh,
My dog wants to be
Oh
involved.
my
You want
God,
oh,
I want your dog to be
sweet.
involved too. Can we meet
I
them?
know.
I must see.
We need puppy
This is
access.
Caramella.
Hello, sweetheart.
Oh,
Oh my
oh,
God.
what an angel.
What kind of dog is it? It's so cute.
He's a Cocker Spaniel.
I love Cocker Spaniels. It's the unsung hero of the dog world.
I love, yeah, he's super chill. He's a mellow guy. I
Oh.
love getting stoned with him because he just chills out. He hangs out with me. For those listening, I've whipped out my cocker.
That's the kind of podcast we are.
Look at this, look at him. I can like he'll let me
Oh,
do anything to him. I can like stick my like fingers in his head. Look at his teeth.
aw.
Look at him. Vicious.
What a
Oh,
Sure.
he's
killer.
so
Really
beautiful.
vicious.
I've
Oh
thought
my
about
gosh.
getting one. I was obsessed with them from a book I read as a kid, and then I wasn't sure about temperament, but you're really selling it with how chill they are. Because I've got
He's
a French
super chill.
bulldog,
Yeah.
and she's a little brat. She could
I,
use like a chill dog to level out her
he's
energy.
super chill. He was super energetic as a baby, but he's 3
Mm,
now. He's chilled the fuck out. And we also kind of had to teach it a little bit that like it's okay to chill. And now he just spends a
mm.
lot of time napping. Right now
Aw,
he's just sniffing stuff. He's just on my lap. He's like,
what
okay,
an
I guess you're on my
angel.
lap now.
He's the
This bad boy
Sweetheart.
he can hold so much kibble inside of him.
Oh
oh
my
yeah. Oh
gosh.
yeah. What a king.
Oh,
We love it.
He's gonna he's gonna sit on my bed and just nap there for the next three
I
hours is what
love
he
that.
wants to do.
I love that. Yes, as he
Because like
should.
my window has like in the afternoon, the sun comes through my window and lands on my bed, and he just that's his spot. I'll be
That's why
writing,
he
and he
knew
just
he was
chills
knocking on the
there.
door.
Yeah.
That's his spot.
He's like,
Okay.
excuse you, it's
Yeah.
time for this.
You're messing with
Literally.
my schedule here.
Yeah.
Goose, my dog, literally, she follows the sun around the house wherever it will come. She'll
Yeah.
like go to
Reminds me of
that
some
spot.
people. Um, but yeah, what was I what was I saying?
The
You were
hardest
talking
part
about your
of the
struggles, the
journey.
hardest part. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my master's program. I went into
Mm,
it to try and see if because I wanted to learn to be a better educator of it because I like talking about it and sharing craft. But that coincided with the exact same time that I was getting my edits back, my like line edits and stuff for the book. So I was working part-time. It was roughly 30 hours a week at my current job. I'm a substitute teacher for my local district. So I'm working that job. I'm going to classes like every other day. Um, doing like workshops, so I'm having to like write short stories and stuff. Meanwhile, I'm getting like edits and like we got to get these done in like the next like you have 3 weeks to look over these like 50 pages. You know, like two
mhm.
weeks or whatever, sometimes even one, and I'm gonna send you the next. And I'm like doing all of this and like preparing for my thesis, which is a different novel, the one I'm still working on.
Oh my God, a thesis as well.
It was a lot. It was a lot. It was also like the first year I was like socially transitioning and like coming out like publicly, and a lot of mental stuff was happening internally as well as external stuff with my family. It was a lot to juggle, and that was
Mm,
really difficult. And I think I've been, for basically the early half of 2025, I've been really struggling, feeling motivated to continue to like keep writing and like wanting, feeling burnt out after the master's program. And that's been the hard part is trying to remember the fun, right? I feel like
mm.
I was basically given the tools to intellectualize writing, to express it as a craft, to teach it. And in doing so, I feel like I had for a minute there lost what was fun about it, why I'm doing it, and feeling too like invested in like my like my delusions of like trying to write something with grandeur rather than like, no, I want to have a fuck ass story with dinosaurs in it. And going on my like book tour, I went on East Coast book tour recently, and I got to hang out at the Stokers and meet with a bunch of my Clarion friends and meet a bunch of other new people who I can now call my friends. And like talking about my work with them kind of reinvigorated me to be like, right, I get to write. It's not that I have to, I get to, and it can be
Mm.
whatever the fuck I want. Um, and
Mm.
it's been
Mm.
a joy
Yes.
reconnecting to that. Because also the my master's degree, as most are, is a largely literary space. So there wasn't a lot of I didn't have a single professor who specialized in speculative fiction, and I was like
Mm.
one of the few students who wrote it. Everyone else is writing about like good stories about like contemporary realist fiction, and sometimes they was absurdist, but no one. I was like one of the few people busting out like ghosts and monsters consistently.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I be nosy for a second and ask? Because I do hear on the grapevine that sometimes in those courses, there can be kind of this like highbrow literary side of things, and then like fantasy,
oh
speculative,
yeah,
and all of that can be quite like shunned. Did you
yeah, and
experience that?
it was complicated. It is
Mm.
definitely brought to the side. I feel like every time you have an author who writes speculative fiction with a certain amount of care to like the prose and characterization and form and structure, people love to tokenize it. It is literary fiction with speculative elements. Why the fuck is Slaughterhouse-Five doing in literary fiction? There's aliens in that book. Put that in sci-fi where it belongs. What is Carmen Mia Machado doing in literary fiction? She's not a literary writer doing speculative elements. What? What? Be so fucking for real right now.
Mm.
And I would like get into little spats with my professors who would describe a book as that, and they'd be like, "Ah, don't you mean speculative fiction? It's spec fic, right? You know, just because they're using M dashes doesn't mean it's literary fiction. It is about monsters." Um,
I felt that shade and I lived. That was
you,
premium
yeah,
shade
come on, come
in the
on.
best way. Just because
Um,
can you say it again? Just because you're using M dash.
but my professors, I was able to really connect with a few of them
Mm.
who will admit to like I don't read this, so my feedback can't be about the speculative parts as a whole, but I want to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing because you're good at it. So I had support, but I also had a lot of classmates who wouldn't know what to do with my work. Uh, who would either not give feedback because they'd be like, I don't know how to read a speculative story. I'm like, with your eyes, what do you mean?
Mm.
Um, or Braille, you don't even have to use your eyes. We live in the
Right.
21st century. Your ears even. You voice to text. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Um, what do you mean you can't fucking read it? You don't know how to provide feedback for it. Did you like it? Um,
Yeah, just tell me, did you like it?
did you give a fuck? Um,
Right?
but and I feel like that's it, you kind of get that with fiction from people who are writing of a certain like marginalized experience as well is the like the crossover appeal, right? Suddenly a Latina writer has crossed over because we're always fucking doing that. Our government hates it when we cross over. Um, um, but they start talking about like that tokenizing aspect of it is that I remember I did an essay about things that were considered too idiosyncratic that like no, none of speculative fiction or fiction from people of color is idiosyncratic, but it's often called that because it's taboos in regards to that they're being written for their own audiences and not caring about or not prioritizing making something like that's easily digestible for
Not white centered.
yeah, white-centric literature. And luckily I had professors who were people of color and and like I vibed with them. They understood all of that. They actually taught it and helped me understand it a lot better than I could have earlier.
Mm.
So I had a mixed bag experience. It wasn't as influential to me as my undergrad was with just finding the right professor to really be kind and like take me in under her wing. Nalo, love you. She moved back to Canada. Good for her. Um, but yeah, so the program was definitely tricky, but luckily I didn't experience like any extreme ire towards it. I think
Mm.
literary fields like literary-esque professors and programs are slowly begrudgingly giving in to speculative fiction. There is definitely side-eye from the fact that I've made money. I would have there that's the other part is that literary people are a lot more less community focused and more like opportunistic and that they
Mm.
get because they'll be like, what do you mean? Sometimes you pay to submit. I'm like, I would never in my life pay to submit. Are you shitting my dick right now? That's fucking insane.
Like, did
Um,
you see that toy I bought with the freaking
did
money
you
I
see?
made?
I paid for this tattoo with a third of my advance, honey.
Mm.
Yes.
What do
Yes.
you mean this isn't getting paid? You published a piece that isn't paid. I mean, of course, we've all published unpaid work.
Right,
Mm.
right,
I
right.
care about doing that, especially if it's like an indie press that's doing something that
Mm.
matters, right? Um, but they just don't make money in the literary side of things, and I think they're a little salty about that. Um,
I live for this.
you love the shade. Look, I'll throw
I
call
just
me.
I had
Yeah.
an experience like with some of that when I first tried to branch out into the local community and I kind of just hit the wrong spots. So I have my own opinions as well.
Yeah.
But yes. So I just say I'm always curious, other people's
Yeah.
experiences.
It was a mixed bag experience. It was a
Mm.
lot. I was dealing a lot with the time, and honestly, I learned a lot in what I cared to, which was the education side of things. And now I'm not even sure I want to deal with academia because
Mm.
through going through it and learning its inner workings, the architecture of it, I'm like, well, this shit sucks actually. Um, but there's many ways to teach, and there's many ways to find students who need a teacher.
Yes, I
Mm.
you can tell you have that teacher spirit and
Mm.
heart just from listening to you. I've already feel like I've learned.
Thank you.
So
True.
My
keep doing the things. Like get
my
out there because
students
you
are
have them.
like they're like, "Oh, you're the chill sub." I'm like, I'm really not. I'm not gonna hound you guys. I'm not what
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. In 2025.
they're like, "No, I'm not gonna confiscate your phone. Put it in your backpack and put the backpack under your desk. It's your personal property. I don't have the right to confiscate your personal property." What?
Right?
And then they're like,
No.
"Whoa, goated sub. Oh my God." Also, I talk like them, so they think it's so funny.
Oh yeah, you're the cool sub for
They
sure.
think
Yeah.
I'm cool as fuck. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, are you the ones that find out I'm a writer are like, are you like famous? I'm like, you think
Yes, you
writers are
are.
famous?
Yeah, you are to us, so that's
This,
good
this,
Yeah.
news.
this niche people. We are incredibly niche genre-based micro internet
Yeah.
celebrities.
Yeah. That's a great way of putting it. That's
It's a good
perfect.
reminder sometimes, when I get caught up in the writing world and then
Yeah.
people are like, "What? What? You're doing what?" They don't even know.
They don't even know. They don't even... I'm over here like, oh my God, guys, I just, my Clarion professor was Ted Chang, and my mother's like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, don't worry about it. Just be happy for me.
Yeah.
That's all I need
Yeah.
you to be.
Exactly. They never know, and that's
Never
okay.
know.
That's okay. I
Mm.
love that. Well, what has been the best thing that's happened so far in your journey?
The best part is just understanding that I found an audience is the thing, is
Mm.
that I think we all secretly want to become successful writers and to be well known and to have people tell us that our work mattered and that it affected people. Um, to have it actually happen was very sobering, but also like I like almost cry every time that someone's like, this work matters to me. And that I like it really hits this experience. And like particularly I have a novelette through Uncanny Magazine called Sangronas, which is a trans experience as a trans Chicana person being narrating her little clique of Chicana vampire girls called Sangronas, initiating a new member into her group. And it takes place in what was a near future where ICE had total lack of oversight, doing whatever the fuck it wanted, snapping people up without due process. And now I'm like, well,
Mm.
that's just the Bay Area, baby.
Yeah.
Um,
Shit.
we even got we have Waymos out here. Do you guys know what Waymos are? The
Mm-hmm.
fucking self-automated car. Do not trust those things. I hate them. Um,
Yeah. They're
yeah,
very
so it really
scary.
is like a sci-fi world and
Yeah.
fucking Silicon Valley hellscape, but. Um, I wrote it, and one of my like trans like Latina peers, she like DM'd me and was like, I wish I wrote this. This hit me in all the right ways. And like I was like, that is fucking amazing.
Mm.
Because I don't believe that my experiences are wholly unique. I think what's unique is the way that I voice it. But I think the fact that, through that specificity, you reach something a bit more universal.
Mm.
And it's just really nice to know that I'm hitting something that other trans women of color feel seen in, and other trans people of color or queer people of color feel seen in. And that it helps when I'm incredibly depressed,
Sure.
to say the
Yes.
least.
Yes, that's beautiful
Mm.
and so powerful. And like your words are touching souls and like
Mm.
people are feeling seen. It's the most powerful thing you could ask for. It's beautiful.
That's definitely the best, probably been one of the best parts. Or the
Mm.
part at AWP where my publicist helped me get a really nice hotel, and I was like, oh shit.
Yes, yes.
Or
That's
the
always the good
tattoo,
part.
or the tattoo.
That's good
Yes.
too. That's good too. All of it. You're winning. You're
But you
winning.
know what? I just have to say, like, that part of humanity, it's honestly one of my most favorite things about humans. When I see that somebody who's experienced great pain is able to like transmute it and give something positive back to someone who needs to
Yeah.
see it. Like, honestly, when I see people, like, I just have to pause, and when I see people doing that, like, I get chills and I remember how glad and proud I am to be human. So, anyway.
I I recently read what was it? Idlewild. It was this book. I don't remember the author right now, but it was this trans narrative of a character who realizes they're trans as the narrative goes on. And it starts off almost YAE. It's like these kids in high school
Mm,
dealing with high school stuff. And then the dread of like real world and like mature themes slowly creeps into the narrative. And it's a horrifying book that when I finished reading it, I felt like I had been grieving the fact that I didn't get transition younger in my like as a high schooler or something. But reading this queer novel, I gotta look up the author, but it like helped me come to peace with that. I felt like I got a part of my like lost coming of age out through this novel that
mm,
masqueraded with a YA plot and suddenly becoming a lot more than that in the way that really mattered to me. And like I if I meet this author, I'm like fucking I'll buy them a goddamn drink is what I'm gonna do.
That's
It was
cool.
by James Frankie Thomas.
Okay.
It was fantastic. Because yeah, art's important. Hot
Yeah,
take.
it really
A
is.
hot take. Fine. Yeah, look at me being so eloquent now.
That's
No.
Art's
that's it
good.
though.
I,
That's really it.
I mean, I
Art
mean,
is
it's
good.
pretty accurate.
Yeah. Yep. It is.
I want to talk about spite too. Is that people like oftentimes there's like a level of spite that comes into the motivation for me to want to write a story. Is like I have been growing up, of course, I love like obviously I love these stupid fuck ass robots and like
Mhm.
Godzilla monsters. And like you have a lot of people like kind of scoff at like Godzilla's like people in rubber suits kicking down styrofoam buildings. I'm like, yeah, and it rocks. Um, but like there's a part of me that really enjoys like I want to write about the shit that I think is cool as hell, like giant robots and monsters. But I'm gonna do it in a way that's gonna force you, reader, to see how compelling I innately see them as the media of it. So I like being able to take something as like at its tropey, truest genre schlocky self, and then just like really applying all my like narrative tools to make it so overtly about something. You write about its themes. And like of course you shouldn't have to. Like Godzilla is about the nuclear devastation from Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But like being able to make a giant robot be a narrative about like gender dysphoria is something, and like still have a really cool robot fight scene in it is something I think is a lot of fun. And like, yeah, you think it's silly. I'm gonna make you give a fuck. I'm gonna make you give a fuck about this giant goddamn robot.
I'm gonna
Um,
buy my tattoo and another 100 robots with my paycheck from
another
making
100
this.
robots with my fucking paycheck. I
Period. That's it. Oh my god.
and I'm gonna
Yes.
make you give a fuck.
Yeah.
Hell yes. That is something to live by right there. I
Mm.
love this. Okay, well, I see that we're down to a minute, and I don't want us to get cut off before we get to say goodbye. But I truly feel like we could keep going on and learning more about you and just like learning from you. So
Mm.
truly, it's been so awesome having you on, and I'm really really excited for our listeners to get to know you and meet you and hopefully buy your book and all the books to come. So
Yeah.
Thank
thank you for
you.
joining us, truly.
Thank you so much for having this has been a blast. I love it.
All right, it's been a blast for us too. I honestly am going to be annoyed when we end the call that I can't roam through your house and see the other skeletons and the robots. I'm going to need updates online. Like if you get the coyote skull, I want to know about it.